down. Even the simple passes look tough for him right now. Maybe tonight he can get back on his game.
Looking at the starting five for the Atlanta Hawks. Johnson and Okongwu man the post positions. McCollum is out there with Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And it's Daniels in at the small forward. And for the Heat, Bam Adebayo is out there with Andrew Wiggins. Then there's Powell. Then it's Tyler Hero. And it's Mitchell in at the 1. Greg, not many games remain in the season, and the posturing beginning for these teams as they jostle for postseason positioning.
Yeah, this is the time to give full effort and to really communicate. When the pressure rises, teams can either gel together or fall apart.
And the shot goes down.
Well, McCollum really can hit from anywhere. He's got every move.
Outside, Hero. Powell kicks to Wiggins. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Johnson outside. Back to McCollum. The Hawks working the ball around. Pass to Alexander-Walker. In the corner, Daniels. Shot clock at 6. Shot on the wing. It's Adebayo with the rebound. And so Adebayo will bring it up for the Heat. They defeated the Wizards in their last game.
Well, in that one, they just had everything working offensively. It's a lot of fun when you get into that kind of a groove.
Yeah, and for a coach, seeing your schemes clicking like that is very rewarding.
You know, Wiggins affects the game, Coach, in a number of ways. And let's begin by talking about his defense.
Great place to start with Wiggins, Kevin, because I think that's the strength of his game. He is long. He can really move his feet. He's got great discipline and focus. And the biggest thing you can have in any defender, he's got great want to. This guy wants to go out and make it tough on the best players in the game.
Now here's McCollum. He had 25 points in the win against the Nets in Brooklyn. In the corner, Daniels. Johnson with a screen on Powell. Daniels, no good. And for Atlanta, they come in off a good outing against the Nets in Brooklyn.
Hey, yo, right here.
Hero against Okongwu. Hero passes to Adebayo. Good for the basket, starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Well, a nice start for them. 3 for 3 in the early going, getting into a rhythm.
McCollum with the bounce pass. And it's Alexander-Walker in the corner. Atlanta again missing. And here are the Heat. They've got an 8-0 run. Powell outside. Wiggins sets a screen for Powell. Top of the key jumper, no good.
He'll probably hear about that shot selection when he gets back to the bench. Maybe not their best option now.
He squares up and sinks it.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Yeah, well, his offensive contributions are going to be very important in this game. So it's good they've already got him in a rhythm.
Here's Powell, following the basket by C.J. McCollum.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Johnson, the pass to Alexander-Walker. McCollum outside. Johnson with a screen on Wiggins. 6 on the shot clock. Wiggins against McCollum. No good with the wing jumper. The Heat leading by 4. To the inside. And Wiggins throws it down.
And with that height and incredible leaping ability, Wiggins can throw it down as easy as anyone.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Pass to McCollum. Fires the 3. Again, McCollum missing. For Miami, they've gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Mitchell wide open. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. The Hawks trail by 6. McCollum dishes to Johnson. Pass to Alexander Walker. Back to Johnson. Beyond the arc. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Yeah, he can hit that. Nice shot there from Johnson to drop in the triple.
Mitchell passes to Adebayo. Now, here's Mitchell. Back to Hero. Three-pointer. The rebound by Johnson.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
McCollum outside. Now, Alexander Walker. He picked up 21 points in their last win against the Nets in Brooklyn.
And he also made an impact on defense, guys. 3 blocked shots over the course of the game.
Now here's Powell. 3-point lead. Again, the miss by the Heat.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
All right, we know Johnson favors these close-in looks. He likes a sure thing.
Wiggins outside. Back to Mitchell. Good ball movement here by Miami. Pass to Hero. Launches a three. Hits it from three-point range.
He's just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Cullen passes to Daniels. To the middle. The shot's good from Alexander Walker.
You know, for a 6'9" wing, Johnson puts up really good assist numbers.
In GA, the Hawks going young, trying to build a sustainable model for success.
Yeah, most of the starters not yet scratching their prime, so there's going to be some growing pains, but they're showing plenty of promise. The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Daniels finds Okongwu. Teardrop shot. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Jaime Jaquez, he's checked in for Davion Mitchell. And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point. And while many teams are a revolving door of head coaches, Stan, the Heat have valued continuity.
They absolutely have. Eric Spoelstra is one of the longest tenured coaches in NBA history. Only Greg Popovich and Jerry Sloan coached their teams longer. And Spoelstra has had great success, leading the Heat to 6 finals while winning 2 of them. They're just so strong. Bam. He's just so tough to stop.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Heat.
Well, I have to applaud their ball movement. They're moving the ball around, finding the best looks they can, and keeping everyone involved.
You also have to admire how they've challenged the defense inside, getting a lot of points in the paint.
Free throw good. Adebayo. To stand multiple defensive selections for Bam Adebayo.
Well, look, Kevin, Bam Adebayo has 3 key things for a defender, all right? He is smart, he is tough, and he is very, very versatile. He can guard virtually everyone on the floor at a given time.
And here are the Heat now after the basket by Atlanta. Powell kicks to Wiggins. Pass to Adebayo, and there it is for him. Adebayo's got 7 points.
Yeah, Adebayo is a challenging guy to guard, especially when he gets the ball in the paint.
McCollum against Hero. And the layup falls. McCollum's got it all tied up now for the Hawks.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Wiggins outside, takes the 3. He makes another one. That's 4 up and 4 in to start his game.
Yeah, this quarter's all about him. He's just dominating at the offensive end.
And so it's McCollum with it. He brings it up for the Hawks. They're coming off that win against the Nets.
Yeah, facing that hostile crowd, they've just found a way to kind of tune out the noise and focus on the game.
Give a lot of credit to this coaching staff for preparing them for that kind of environment. They went in and just executed their game plan.
The Hawks shooting just their second attempt at the line tonight. The Heat making a switch here. Larson's checked in, and then for Atlanta, Jock Landale's checked in for Okongwu. Kuminga comes in for McCollum, and Corey Kispert subbed in for Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Stan, March 2025 marked the passing of the great Dikembe Mutombo. 4 of his 8 All-Star appearances came as an Atlanta Hawk.
And he also won back-to-back Defensive Player of the Year awards in Atlanta. 4 in total over the course of his career. A tremendous player, but even more importantly, a humanitarian and a statesman for the game.
So it's the Hawks now, following the three-pointer by Andrew Wiggins. Kispert finds Johnson. Kispert setting the pick for Johnson. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. The Heat leading by 3. Pass to Hero. The kick out to Adebayo. And the Heat get another bucket right there.
How about he has yet to miss 4-4 to start?
Atlanta's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. And then Johnson with the jam.
Yeah, plenty of power behind that move from Johnson.
Miami's gone 4 of 8 on their three-point attempts, doing a lot of work from way outside here in the first quarter. Jaquez with the ball, defended by Kuminga. Jaquez the pass to Hero. Adebayo with the screen on Daniels. 2 open that time, made it look too easy. Hero's got 6 points.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
Back to Daniels. Lets the 3 fly. And it's Miami with the rebound. Outside, Adebayo. Pass to Jaquez. Good ball movement here by Miami. Hero, no good.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
Here's Adebayo. And Adebayo throws it down.
And how about the readiness of Wiggins? The moment the fast break starts, he is out and running.
Daniels passes to Kuminga. 1:56 left to play in the first quarter. Johnson the screen. Daniels from outside. Jaquez with the rebound.
Yeah, he's really off. He needs to stop forcing things and move that ball.
Pass to Larson. Now Adebayo. Shoots over Landale. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Johnson against Wiggins. And here is Kispert. Outside Daniels. Lets it go from deep. Kispert, no good.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Hero looking around. Adebayo kicks to Wiggins. Adebayo with a screen on Johnson. A three-pointer. Wiggins. Rebound by Kispert.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And Kuminga throws it down.
That's as easy as it gets for Kuminga. Defense has to bring more energy than that.
Pass to Larson. Jaquez outside. Here's Larson. Defended by Kispert. Adebayo with a screen for Wiggins. Count it. Wiggins has got 16.
Somebody came to play tonight. 6 out of his first 7.
Here's Kuminga. And it's Miami with the rebound. Wiggins passes to Hero. Over Johnson. Shot's good by Hero. And it's a 10-point Heat lead. And so it's the Miami Heat going into the break with a 10-point lead. A terrific tempo and a great pace. The fast break has been a central part of their offense. We've got more in store for you right after this. Well, we hope you're enjoying your Easter as we are here, as we get underway once again. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from Miami, guys.
I know it's early, but all those three-pointers, boy, do they add up.
And with each made three, their confidence continues to build. Their opposition might want to change their approach to try to slow them down.
Jonas is out there with Norman Powell. Then there's Jaime Jaquez. Then it's Khalil Ware. And it's Larson in at the three. That's the group on the floor for Miami. McCollum, an easy 2 points on the layup. 8 points for him.
Well, that's the thing about McCollum. He can absorb the contact and still complete the play.
Powell outside. No good from outside. The Hawks trail by 10. Kicks it out to McCollum. Kispert setting the pick for McCollum. No good on the three. And so Powell will bring it up for Miami. Pass to Jonas. That three off the mark. Ware passes to Jaquez. Out to Powell. Here's Jonas. Nailed from three-point land. Jonas has got the lead up to 13 now for Miami. The Hawks shooting with confidence, 50% from the field so far. Let's go to the sideline and see what Allie LaForce has dug up for us. Allie, take it away.
Thank you. Well, a bit of youth movement for the Miami Heat. Their rising star guard, Tyler Hero, said, "We've got a bunch of young guys who can come in and put in the work, and that's what I'm all about." This is an organization that values that, and it's important that we all have the same vision as the young guys start to grow up. Back to you.
Okay, Allie, thanks. Jaquez can't hit.
That's the look you want. Gotta be disappointed coming up empty.
And it's denied. Pass to Larson. All going up court. Finished off the break. And the Heat lead by 15.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
Yeah, and getting out in transition allows for some easy points before that defense is fully set.
Here's Rizachet. Nothing on the board. Takes a three. And once again off the mark by Atlanta. The Heat leading by 15. Ware passes to Powell. Good ball movement here by Miami. Here's Jonas. A 14-point game for him in the win against Washington.
Yeah, and he chipped in a couple of blocks also. A well-rounded, complete effort throughout.
Landale with it. Jaquez defending. Here's Rizachet. From down in the low post, it goes.
Well, Rizachet has decent size, and he uses it well that time to put points on the board.
And so Eric Spoelstra will call a timeout. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. Bam Adebayo's checked in for the Heat. Davion Mitchell comes in for Jonas. And a change for the Hawks. Johnson's checked in. Right side, Adebayo. Powell outside. Pass to Jaquez. From downtown, Johnson with the rebound. The Hawks trail by 13. And Stan, we know Jalen Johnson comes from a basket. Oh!
Well, you can't teach the athleticism displayed there by Johnson.
That's a great look at that move from the Connected Cam, sponsored by AT&T. Heat have gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Mitchell passes to Ware. Good, and the assist goes to Mitchell. And the Heat lead by 13.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Down low. And Kuminga throws it down.
Well, he's a crafty combo guard. You got to love seeing McCollum play the role of distributor there.
Powell with it. He's someone who's a factor on any given night, averaging more than 22 points a game. Jaquez against Kuminga. Jaquez the pass to Adebayo. Banked in off the glass. Adebayo's got 13.
Well, Adebayo makes his living on the interior. He's so dangerous close to the bucket.
Mitchell against McCollum. Pass to Kuminga. Just 5 on the clock. Johnson sets the screen for McCollum. Again, the Hawks score.
And the shooting has really been there for him today, but he may have to take it upon himself to continue to carry this team and try and get out of this hole.
Now, here's Mitchell. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Washington.
Yeah, but it wasn't just the scoring. He had a bunch of assists, too, affecting the offense in so many ways.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
McCollum dishes to Kispert. No good on the triple.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Now, here's Mitchell. No scoring in this one. Jaquez the pass to Adebayo. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Yeah, Adebayo had an NBA body right from the start, and you get the sense he's no stranger to that weight room.
GA, you hear about 3-level scores, but is it just 3 levels?
Great point. Kevin, you've got guys with that deep range, and there's a difference between the mid-range game, those floaters, the little 12-footers, and those deep twos as well. So maybe 5-level score is complete. Think of like a 5-2 player in baseball.
Heroes checked in for the Heat. Atlanta also making some changes here. Okongwu's checked in for Jock Landale. Daniels comes in for Kuminga. And Nickeil Alexander-Walker in for Kispert.
Yeah, you look at the different ways Bam Adebayo can impact the game. He's a player everyone wants on their team.
Johnson outside. Back to McCollum for 3. Rebound by the Heat. On the wing, Mitchell. Ware kicks to Hero. From past the arc. It's good for his 4th bucket of the night. He's shooting 4 of 8.
And he is so good from deep. Hero puts up high percentages on high volume.
Mitchell against McCollum. Lobbed up there for Johnson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Atlanta needs to get off a shot here. Got a hand on it.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
Mitchell kicks to Ware. Pass to Powell. Here's the 3. Misses for the 5th time this game. Marking at 1 for 6.
Well, he's had a rough night, but his teammates have picked him up.
Now here's McCollum. He's defended by Ware. The Heat leading by 19 points. Hero on the wing. Down through the hoop it goes. That's his 5th make on 9 shots from the floor.
Well, you see the flashy handles from Hero. He's not afraid to take chances on offense.
And Quinn Snyder wants a timeout. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. And the Heat making a change here. Larson's checked in. Zachary Risache's checked in for Atlanta. The Hawks trail by 21. Now, Alexander Walker. Looking at the numbers, he's averaging about 20.5 points a game. Okongwu with a screen on Mitchell. Shot clock at 6. And Adebayo sends it back.
Well, this is what Adebayo is known for. An outstanding defender who protects the rim so well.
Pass to Hero. Jacks up a 3. Rebound by Alexander Walker. Atlanta shooting 43% from the floor. That one's all good. Now he's 3 for 5 from the field.
Well, once he gets a step to the rim like that, it's going to take more of a defensive effort to force the miss.
Here's Larson. Right side, Adebayo. Outside, Hero. Adebayo with a screen for Hero. Drops in the tray. Hero's got 8 here in the quarter.
Yeah, he's crafty in the two-man game. Hero getting the space he needs.
Pass to Okongwu. On the wing, Daniels. The tray. Miami grabs the miss. Ware's got his 6th rebound on the night. Now Mitchell. Here's Larson. Now here's Adebayo. Covered by Okongwu. Larson with the bucket.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Atlanta shooting 35% so far in the second. They need to move the ball around more and find better looks. Alexander Walker on the wing. Covered by Mitchell. And it's Risache missing.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Hero passes to Adebayo. Double team on Adebayo. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Well, attacking the basket inside, Adebayo knows that will pay off for him either way, and he's right.
On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe.
And, you know, guys, he had a big game at the free throw line in their last outing.
First one falls for him.
And you watch Adebayo, he really has everything you could ask for from that 4-5 position. Not a stretch big per se, and that's partly why he shoots such a high percentage.
He's off on the second. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for Atlanta. Okongwu.
Love to see this kind of aggression from Okongwu. Great job playing with force inside.
The Heat leading by 23. Mitchell kicks to Wiggins. Powell outside. Adebayo with a screen for Hero. His 3-pointers off the mark.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Johnson finds Alexander Walker. Inside, here's Okongwu. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
We've got 1:28 left in the first half of the game. Trains the three-pointer. Hero's got 19 points.
Well, he started out strong, and he's only getting stronger. Could be a huge night for him. Daniels against Hero.
Alexander Walker on the wing. Back to Daniels. 5 to shoot. From deep. That one's off to a rough 0 for 6 start for him.
Well, he can't buy a bucket, but it's time to find other ways to help his team win.
Powell for 3. Okongwu grabs the board. Okongwu's now got rebound number 5 here tonight. Rizachet with it. Powell on him. And here is Okongwu. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Nets in Brooklyn.
And we have to mention his rebounding. It wasn't all about the offense. He battled his tail off down low.
Johnson against Adebayo. Mitchell outside. Pass to Hero. Launches it. He can't hit that time. Tyler Hero has been leading the charge for Miami. He delivered 9 points from 3. Terrific work from distance. Well, we've got a moment now. Let's go courtside to Allie LaForce. Allie.
I'm here with Coach Spoelstra. Coach, where's your team getting its confidence and energy from in that first half?
Yeah, we're getting a lot of it off our defensive stops, and then once we got into a rhythm, then we started to, just make some tough ones, which sometimes happens when you see the ball go in.
Defense set the tone, though. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Allie. Much appreciated. Halftime now, and we'll be back to get the third quarter underway in just a moment.
Glad you're joining us for halftime. And fellas, how about Bam Adebayo getting it done to start the game?
When you have a big man like Adebayo, who's not only strong at the rim, but can handle the basketball like a guard and he can pass like one, it opens up the entire offense, guys.
And at times tonight, he has been the entire offense. All right, and now that we are in the later stages of the season, here's how the standings are looking in the East.
You take a look at the Heat, they're right around where we expected them to be at this point. Nothing to be ashamed of. They've had some great wins. And now they know exactly what they need to work on to become contenders next year.
And that is it for halftime, folks. It is back to Kevin Harlan and the crew for the second half.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. We're seeing a tremendous game here from Tyler Hero.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, I'd love to see what they drew up in the locker room, because you're right. He's the problem right now.
The Heat shooting has been outstanding in this game at 58%. Checking out the group for Quinn Snyder to start the second half. Johnson and Okongwu man the post positions. Nickeil Alexander-Walker out there with McCollum, and it's Daniels in at the small forward. And how about the emergent stand of Dyson Daniels as an elite wing defender?
Yeah, look, Kevin, I think what happened with Dyson Daniels is he just got a chance to step into more playing time, and as he got that consistent time, he showed that he's not only one of the best defenders in this league, but he's got more offensive skill than people thought he had also.
And here is Okongwu. After Tyler Hero hitting the three. Pass to Okongwu. Now, Alexander Walker. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. Now here's Wiggins. And here's Adebayo. Mitchell outside. Back to Adebayo. Kicks it out to Wiggins. And a miss there on the triple.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Three-pointer, Daniels. Atlanta again missing.
Well, halftime is supposed to be for adjustments. I'm sure this isn't what they had in mind.
Back to Adebayo. Mitchell looking it over. Bangs home the trifecta. Mitchell's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
McCollum passes to Daniels. That's in, coming off the assist from McCollum. McCollum's got 3 assists now in this one. Outside, Hero. Fires for 3, and again, Miami with the triple.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
McCollum outside. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Okongwu with a screen on Hero. Here's Alexander Walker. He's covered by Hero. And here's McCollum for 3. It's hauled in by the Heat.
They haven't found their rhythm here in the third, missing 4 of their first 5 attempts.
He gets that one. Hero's got 27 points. Hawks have gone only 1 of 5 from the field since halftime. Very slow start offensively. A 3 from McCollum. They get it back. And Okongwu slams it in.
Yeah, Okongwu has been stepping up his efforts on the offensive glass, and he's rewarded with the second chance bucket.
Now here's Wiggins. He's got 16. On the wing, Mitchell. He's guarded by McCollum. Here's Hero. And there's another one for the Heat.
Well, he's just dominating right now. If his teammates are smart, they'll keep getting him the ball.
McCollum against Mitchell. McCollum right side. Outside Daniels. Misses the 3. And it's Miami's ball. They're on a 13-4 run. Foul for 3. Okongwu grabs the board.
That's just a great effort on the defensive side. Plastered to the shooter.
Here's Alexander Walker. Connects from 3-point range. Alexander Walker's got 9.
Good awareness from Daniels there to read the floor and see the ready scorer.
Powell outside. Heat moving the ball around. Here's Hero. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. 31 points for Tyler Hero. And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allie.
Hey guys, Bam Adebayo is big time. Coach Eric Spoelstra said, quote, "The way he's worked over the years to add to his game has been incredible. He's one of the best passers on the team, and he's not afraid to take the shot in a big moment. He cares deeply about improving, and you see it in the results of his work." Guys, back to you.
High praise indeed. Allie, we thank you very much. And here is Hero, following the 3-pointer by C.J. McCollum.
Well, that one should be in his wheelhouse, but just off the mark.
Here's Johnson. It's good, and it's his 6th make against 11 attempts.
And the big-time scoring night from Johnson continues. This guy has solidified himself as a very good prop.
Now, here's Mitchell. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game.
And if you thought the break would slow him down, you were wrong. He remains red hot from deep.
Atlanta calls timeout. as we close in on the start of the playoffs. Let's see how the East is stacking up. We'll take a look at the Hawks. They've done well enough to be in 5th place in the conference so far. And checking out Miami, they're at the 10th position.
And right now for Atlanta, they're in a good spot. Looking to generate some momentum heading into the playoffs. I don't see them resting anyone. They want to finish strong.
Now, here's Johnson. He's got 14. Now, here's Okongwu. Pass to Alexander Walker. Okongwu a screen. The shot's good from Alexander Walker. Alexander Walker's got a pair of threes now here in the 3rd for Atlanta. Mitchell kicks to Hero. Powell with the bounce pass. On the wing, Wiggins, defended by Alexander Walker. Hero, no good.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Pass to Alexander Walker. McCollum deciding where to go with it. Okongwu with a screen on Mitchell. McCollum, no good.
Well, the defense got lucky there. More often than not, he's making that shot.
Powell, the pass to Mitchell. Here's Adebayo. Good, and the assist goes to Mitchell. Adebayo's got 21 in the game.
Well, give him credit. Offensively, Bam has been fighting hard, really taking it at the defense.
This one for 3. Miami grabs the miss. Adebayo's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Wiggins kicks to Powell. Back to Wiggins. Pass to Hero. Adebayo with a screen for Hero. Sinks the three-pointer. Hero's got 18 points just in the second half.
His scoring is a big reason why they're up right now. Let's see if they can close it out.
Here's Alexander Walker. He's got 12 from the arc. It's hauled in by the Heat. Wiggins has got 5 rebounds tonight. Hero on the wing. To the middle. And Adebayo with the basket on the assist from Hero. Hero's got his 4th assist in this one. Okongwu with a screen on Hero. Alexander Walker passes to Okongwu. Count the basket.
Well, give Okongwu credit for staying locked in on the basket, refusing to let the defense throw him off.
Hero kicks to Mitchell. Powell outside. Adebayo with a screen for Powell. And another basket for Miami.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Daniels with it, guarded by Powell. Alexander Walker with the ball. Connects again from distance.
And that last 3 now ties him for the franchise record for most in a season. You know he's looking for that next one.
You talk about being locked in all year long. Next one sets the franchise record. What a season it's been for him. Hawks shooting at 44%, pretty reasonable. Here's Daniels. The shot from the low post is good.
Well, Daniels has good length, so this close in, he can use that to his advantage.
And the Heat call time here.
And as fans and broadcasters, we're not permitted to hear the specifics in these huddles.
Well, as a coach, you want to cover just 1 or 2 major points. That way, guys can absorb it and go out and execute.
And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Jock Landale's checked in for Okongwu. Jonathan Kuminga comes in for Jalen Johnson. Reza Shea, he's checked in for Dyson Daniels. And Kispert subbed in for C.J. McCollum. Here's Larson out to the right wing. Jaquez outside. Pass to Hero. Miami no good on that time either. And here's Kuminga. He'll bring it up for Atlanta. Here's Kispert. He's covered by Hero. For the three, Jaquez with the rebound. Jaquez has got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight.
He is a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
That could be a contender for the dunk of the year, I think. Oh, that's an outstanding view from the AT&T Connected Cam. The Hawks shooting 47% since getting things started in the third quarter. 1:56 left in the third quarter. And two shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And a chance here to go to our rookie leaderboard and give a nod to the best long-range bombers of the past month. And Zachary Rizachet, number 2.
You know, coming into the NBA, you knew he could stroke it from long range. And over the past month, he's shown us exactly that.
Free throw good. Landale. Simone Fontecchio. He's checked in for Miami. And a change for the Hawks. Vincent's checked in for Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And Landale drops both of them. 1:51 left to play in the third. Pass to Ware. Here's Jonas. There's the screen. With the teardrop, and it's good on the way in. Jonas has got 5 now.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half, sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead. And not the prototype power forward, but he has tremendous athletic ability.
Here's Jonas after the basket by Atlanta. Shoots the 3. And it's Rizachet with the rebound. The Hawks shooting in this game 45%. And Kuminga throws it down.
Straight rim rocker.
It looked like Greg for a second, like he might rip the cylinder loose. Pass to Ware. Here's Larson. Heat moving the ball around. Here's Jonas. 5 points in the game. 40 seconds left in the third quarter. Kispert, bounce pass. Now Vincent. He has yet to score. Clock at 6. Down low. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Yeah, easy call.
The Hawks shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. He's off on the first. He hits the second from the line. And the Heat shooting has been outstanding in this game at 58%. Here's Jonas. Jaquez finds Fontecchio. A 3-ball. Jonas' shot is good. Jonas has got 8 points.
Assisted buckets. Every team wants them. They show you're running effective team offense.
Here's Rizachet. And that one released in time, but no good. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. It's the Heat just dominating this one. Live from Miami, you're watching 2K Sports. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
Yeah, well, this is the diversification of positions in this league. Everyone does everything now.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. We've got Jaime Jaquez. He's out there with Fontecchio. Jonas is out there with Khalil Ware. And it's Larson in at the two-guard spot. That's the group in the game for the Heat. McCollum outside, takes a three. And Ware pulls it down. Ware's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Jaquez against Kuminga. Again, the Heat good for 2.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
Atlanta's shooting well. They're at 45%. McCollum finds Rizachet. And teams take more threes now than ever before. More than double the average attempts we saw in the 90s.
Well, I think what's happened, Kevin, is we just have more guys who can shoot the ball. So in the 90s, you might have had 2 guys who shot the ball well from 3 and made it a good shot. Now, on a lot of teams, virtually everyone on the roster can shoot the 3. If we have more guys on the floor who can space out and shoot the 3, we're going to have a lot more attempts and a lot more efficiency on those attempts.
Now here's McCollum. The 3. Jonas grabs the rebound. And Miami shooting percentage, 59%. The offense is running smoothly. Here's Larson. Ware with it. Here's Jonas. And it's off from three-point range. And there's the drive. And Kuminga throws it down.
And you can tell Rizachet has a great basketball IQ. He spots the opening and delivers the pass on time.
Ware with it. He's defended by Landale. Here's Larson. And it's Fontecchio in the corner. Hits the three-point bomb. Fontecchio's got himself on the board with 3 there.
3-pointers are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. And the foul on Kasparis Jonas. That's his first foul. Stan, what advice would you give to coaches that are leading a struggling team?
Well, Kevin, I think the number one thing, whether you're leading a struggling team or a team playing really well or anything in between, is to just stay consistent. Keep working on the things that you know over time make teams consistent. Go out and talk about those things day in and day out and try to get your team to focus on those.
So it's Miami now. Jalen Johnson missing his last shot. And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. Here's Jonas. Clock at 4. The Heat need to get a shot off. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
And here is Kuminga. Pass to Landale. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Heat.
Well, they've really been sharing the basketball. All coaches talk about that, try to get their teams to do it. It's really great when you see it in action.
And they've also been steady from the three-point line and doing a good job creating room for their shooters and then converting.
Free throw good, Landale. And in 2023, the NBA implementing a new player participation policy, Coach. trying to minimize unexcused absences for star players.
Kevin, I think it's huge for our game. Fans pay and watch TV to see the great players. And there's nothing more important in the league than that those guys being on the court on a consistent basis. And anything that the league can do and teams can do to ensure that, the better it is for everyone.
Here's Landale. Outside, Kuminga. Back to Landale. Pass to Rizichet. Here's the three. And it's Miami with the rebound. Ware's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Now here is Smith. Shot from 12. Here's Jonas. Fires the three. Rebound Atlanta. Johnson's got rebound number 7 for him tonight.
He is really scuffling this quarter offensively. Perhaps a little frustration setting in.
Here's Rizichet. Pass to Landale. The three from McCollum, and the three ball is good.
You can see the confidence building now that he's found his mark from 3 in this second half. The defense is going to have to do a better job.
McCollum against Smith. Over in the corner, Jaquez. Here's Jonas. Miami no good on that time either. Now Kuminga shoots over Jonas. And too long on the shot. Up top, Jaquez. Defended by Kuminga. Jaquez against Kuminga. Jaquez with the bucket.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
And the Hawks with possession here, following the score by Miami. And it's Rizichet missing.
Well, I hate to say it, but he hasn't done a lot to help their cause tonight. He's been a little erratic from the floor.
And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for Atlanta. Smith against McCollum. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. McCollum's got 5 points now this quarter.
Well, no question McCollum is in the zone right now. Just letting the offense flow through him.
Smith the pass to Ware. And with so many teams, Stan, filling roster spots with rookie contracts, the importance of drafting well continues to rise.
Well, absolutely it does, Kevin. The quicker you can get those guys up to speed and helping you on their rookie contracts, where they're at least relatively lower priced, helps your salary cap situation, helps you fill out the roster with quality players.
Here's Kuminga. The Heat knocking down the tray. Score the basket. It's number 6 for him this game. 6 for 9, 67% shooting.
And he's shaking off that slow start, giving them a boost here in the second.
Pass to Ware. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Free throw good. Where? So for the Hawks, Okongwu's checked in for Jock Landale. Tyson Daniels comes in for Jonathan Kuminga. And Nickeil Alexander-Walker in for Rizichet. Both good from the line that time. Hawks have gone 5 of 11 from the field in the fourth quarter.
Well, Daniels is a tall guard. He can get up with the best of them.
Miami's gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on three-point attempts here in the fourth. Stolen away. Johnson kicks to McCollum. Again, the Hawks score.
Well, what a quarter he's had. You can tell he's in the flow. They should be looking for him every possession.
To the inside, and he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
Talk about timing. That lead pass was right on cue.
Pass to Alexander Walker. Back to McCollum. Greg, one thing that doesn't show up in the box score, and maybe should, screen assists. They're a big part of the game.
Without question. I mean, the art of setting a great screen, I think, is underappreciated. Giving those guys their just due with the screen assist on a made bucket is, I'm fine with that.
So it's Atlanta now. The Heat knocking down the tray. Alexander Walker with the ball. And a wide open look for Daniel. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Jaquez outside. 6 to shoot. And it's Fontecchio in the corner. Off target from outside. For Atlanta, they've gone 7 of 15 from the floor here in the fourth, right around 46-47%. Here's Alexander Walker. Johnson. Basket made. That gives him 7 field goals in 13 tries.
Their interior has been inferior defensively. It has got to tighten up.
Here's Larson. To the paint. Nails the baby hook. That gives him the double-double. 10 points and 13 rebounds. Now, Alexander Walker. Outside Daniels. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. The Heat making a switch here. Heat have gone 8 of 16 from the field in the fourth, exactly 50%. Pass to Ware. They set the screen. Stolen by McCollum. Pass break here. Here come the Hawks. Now, here's Okongwu. McCollum, no good.
Oh, nice job protecting the rim. Turning an easy bucket into a miss.
Here's Larson, defended by Alexander Walker. Shot clock at 5. Jonas, and it's Daniels with the rebound.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Yeah, they might want to draw something up here to get him something at the rim or get him to the free throw line. Sometimes that's all it takes to snap a cold streak.
The 3 from McCollum. That one falls, coming off the Johnson feed. Johnson's got 3 assists in the game.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Heat.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
And so they'll be advancing their win total to 42 games. And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Tyler Hero.
Yeah, and I loved his attitude tonight. He really had that scorer's mentality. Absolutely no one was stopping him.
Here's Jonas. After the basket by Atlanta. Pass to Larson. Here's Jonas. Launches it. Jaquez can't hit. Now, here's Okongwu. Guarded closely. Daniels, no good. Here's Jonas. And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
And now, let's send it over to Allie LaForce, standing by with our player of the game. Allie, take it away.
Tyler, these Miami fans, they are so appreciative of the effort that you guys displayed tonight. Talk about what they mean to you.
Yeah, we couldn't do it without these amazing fans right here, so we appreciate you guys. Continuing to support us through the ups and downs, and we appreciate y'all.
Thanks so much, Tyler.
Oh, terrific job, Allie. Thank you so much. That was enjoyable. And that'll do it, folks. Here with Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, I'm Kevin Harlan, signing off for this presentation of NBA basketball. And now, our player of the game, Tyler Hero.